Hello and welcome back to my weekly technical analysis. First of all, Happy New Year to all the Bitcoiners and all crypto maniacs out there. I hope you had a great new year. I know I did. So today we're gonna be looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum again. If you guys want me to make technical analysis for any other coin, just leave it down in the comment. I'll check it out and I'll post my technical analysis later. Well, first of all, before we even begin, I have to put out the disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. Anything I say and do in these videos is for entertainment purposes only. Please be smart and do your own research before trading. Well, putting this out of the way, let's go. Okay, so we're looking at Bitcoin on 4-hourly chart. This is the Bitcoin perpetual futures on Binance. Bitcoin had a crazy rally all the way up to almost $35,000. It was about what was it? The high was 34,800. I was expecting a dump sooner at around $30,000. This was my measured move target from this triangle, and we did hit it on spot. We found a little bit of resistance here, but then it just went through it. We also formed a nice triangle, rising triangle right here. We did break it to the upside, but now we did found a nice resistance and are falling down. We just dumped down to 4.236 Fibonacci extension, which is at $27,770. However, I don't believe this is gonna be our bottom yet. However, it could be, because we are in an extremely bullish market, but I do believe we are gonna find a small consolidation here and then dump even lower. I would say down to probably around 23,800, which is a little bit nicer support for Bitcoin right now, or even down to $20,000, and I do believe this would be the bottom of this downtrend, if you could say a downtrend in a shorter term. However, yeah, we could just see a dump like we did here and then instant correction to the upside. I mean, this took us what? It took us about 1 day to drop 17%, and then what was this, about 3 days to make up for the entire loss and even more. So yeah, we could see the same thing happening here. However, we are overextended now, and it would be nice to see Bitcoin have a little bit deeper correction, somewhere from 34 to 40%. If we were going down 34%, we would reach about this $23,000 level here, which is a nice support. If we go even further, 40% would be just about $20,000, a little bit higher. I think it's about 20,800, 21,000, somewhere around here. This would be a really nice support if you ask me. I am gonna set a few momentum longs here, so I am placing my buy orders just above $20,000. However, I'm just gonna wait and see if we are gonna retest this as a beautiful support, or are we gonna just consolidate and dump even lower. So I'm only setting my buy orders just above $20,000. Let's just look at the EMAS. We are breaking EMAS. However, this is just a wick through on the 4-hourly, so we could still close within this EMAS, but it would be nice to see it breaking this 4-hourly EMAS and dropping lower. They are turning downwards, which means we are having a little bit downward trajectory. Okay, let's look at the 21 EMA. It is also broken. Okay, let's go to daily chart. This is gonna give us a little bit bigger perspective. Let me just change the chart here. Okay, so if we are looking at the daily chart, this move was already fulfilled. We are dropping below. Let me check it with, I don't know which are. Let's just keep it on this chart. Looking at the daily chart, we are in extremely parabolic run. I mean, this run can correspond with something like this. However, I don't believe we already topped here. It also could be possible we could see a longer downtrend all the way down to $14,000. However, I doubt that, because there's so much euphoria and FOMO in this market right now. So I do believe 20,000, which is 1.618 Fibonacci extension, would be our lowest target to hit. We do have 2.618 Fibonacci extension at around, what was it, about almost $30,000, $29,870, which it is broken right now. However, we did not close this candle yet, so it could just bounce up and close above it and retest it as support. But for now we are getting through it. So we are on a daily chart, we are still quite bullish until we create any lower lows right now. Our price target of 27,000 was hit. Our 2.618 Fibonacci extension was hit. So if we would find a support on this 0.618 Fibonacci line around 29,800, we would probably see a growth all the way up to about $40,000, which is our 3.618 Fibonacci extension. Let's just look at EMAS. Okay, so EMAS are looking still bullish on the daily chart. If we go down and retest EMAS as a support, we would go down only to about 26,500, and they do reach all the way down to $21,970, which would still be good if you ask me, even if we don't break daily EMAS, because usually when we are in this extreme bull market like we were in 2017, EMAS are really nice support, even though we did break it a few times here. These were the 34 to 40% dumps right here, another one here is about 40%, another one here. These dumps broke EMAS, and we got a nice bounce off of the 200 day moving average. Let's look at the 21 weekly moving average, 21 day moving average. Let's check this out. Yeah, again, we could see a dump all the way down to the 200 EMA. This would be, right now it's sitting at $15,500. However, if Bitcoin takes about 2 weeks to dump here, it could reach all the way up to about this $20,000 level, which would be incredible if we get all-time high corresponding with our 200-day moving average. Okay, let's look at the 21 daily moving average. This is also a nice support for Bitcoin throughout its history. And if we would find support on this 21-day moving average, we would go just about down to $25,800, which is still not a great correction. If you ask me, this would be about 27%. However, I would love to see this 42% correction here before we get enough power to go even higher to test the $40,000 or even $46,000 levels. Let's check the weekly. This is is gonna be the more interesting. Okay, so we are hitting some of my targets here. Again, supports here. Just change the chart. Let's go. Don't really have much history here now. Never mind. Looking at the weekly, again, we did find a nice support on this symmetrical triangle, bounce all the way up. Our measured price target was at $27,000. We already broke that. We even higher to $34,000, and we are having a dump now. I don't have much to tell you on weekly. We are just showing one candle that is red, which was expected at some point. I did expect it to find even more resistance at $30,000. However, every resistance from 20,000 on is just a psychological resistance, because we don't have any price history for these levels yet. Well, we do now. So looking at the EMRs, okay, EMRs are reaching right now on weekly all the way from 18,500 down to 13,500 level. If we do have about 2 or 3 weeks correction here, which would be incredible, our EMRs would correspond with 20,000 all the way up to just over $14,000 level, which would be incredible. Again, looking at the previous sorry, looking at the previous bull run at 2017, every time that we had a nice 34 to 40% correction, we did find a nice support at these EMRs levels, and every time we found support, we bounce even higher every single time. We had multiple tests here. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know, like, we could count this as an 8. It was 8 times successful before it broke it, and we started our downtrend, testing the EMRs as a resistance. So yeah, this could be an incredible sign. We only hit it twice for right now. So we had one test here, one test here. So falling down and retesting the EMRs right here would be incredible. This would be our third test, which would mean we had a long way to go. And as you know, I am extreme bull, so I am expecting at least $100,000 levels in the next 2 years, year or two, let's just say year or two. It would be incredible if we followed my weekly targets on this chart and got all the way up to $230,000 within this year. However, let's be honest, this target is if everything would be perfect. However, nothing is perfect in this market. Anything can go wrong, and we can find resistance at any level and go down to retest low resistance. However, I still believe we could reach these levels in a period of few years, let's say 5 years, something like that. So I doubt that we're gonna see $200,000 within this year. However, never say never, because nobody expected to see $20,000 just after halving at $700. I mean, Bitcoin rose here from $6,500 all the way up to $20,000, which was, this was what, about 4,000% to the upside. And if we measured 4,000% here, we're only about 2,400% if we reach $200,000. So let's be honest, it is possible. However, not completely likely. We'll see. I'm not gonna say anything. It is a long term, so anything can go wrong. Okay, so now let's look at the RSI. This is a relative straight index which shows the strength of the trend. And if you're looking back, every time that the RSI picked above 80% on the weekly chart, of course, we weren't able to hold it for over a week, not even for over a week, except on this and probably this occasion. But every time we wicked above 80%, we did have a nice retracement back, a nice correction. As you can see, again here, again here, and here, and this one, you can see every single time we picked above, we had a nice correction down. Even in this, we just touched the 80% target, and we had a nice correction here. And again, we are above 80%. We're actually, I think we're above 90% RSI right now, which is extremely high level. So I do believe we are gonna have a nice retracement back. And if we are looking at the previous trend retracement, we were retracing down to about 50 to 53%, which means if we go down here, I would probably be aiming for about 20,000, or maybe even this this 14,000 target, but I'm more keen to 20,000 level. I'm pretty sure we are gonna go down and retest this more than I do believe we are gonna go to 14,000 level. Okay, and one more thing I need to show you guys is fear and greed index. We are in extreme greed right now, and we've been in extreme greed for, can we see here? Sorry, we've been in, oh, here we go. We've been in extreme greed for over a month now. And you know that every time we've been in extreme greed here since 6th of November. Okay, so we've been in extreme greed for over a month, and as usual, when we're in a greed, you should sell, and when everybody's fearful, you should buy. This is based on the mentality that 90% people lose 90% of their portfolio in 90 days. This is because people buy when they're greedy and they sell when they're fearful, and you should do the exact opposite. So this is two more indicators I wanted to show you guys. Okay, let's go to Ethereum. Okay, let's first look at the 4-hourly. Again, move EMAS. Okay, so Ethereum has been forming on the 4-hourly a nice rising wedge here, and then we broke the rising wedge, retested it once, even twice as a support, and yesterday we had the incredible rally to the upside. I mean, it just broke and it went like 30, what was it, 60% in what, 2 days, the span of 2 days, I think it was. Yeah, it was 1 day and 16 hours, actually less than 2 days. It made up for 60% difference. I did tell you before that once Bitcoin gets boring and it starts trading a little bit sideways, as it did here, everybody got a little bit bored with Bitcoin and scared that Bitcoin could dump, so they jumped into other assets as Ethereum. Ethereum right now is hitting Ethereum just hit $1,175, which is still not an all-time high. Let me just check on the bigger chart. Well, you know what, let's just go to daily. Looking at the daily chart, okay, so we did find a nice support on this Fibonacci line, which is a 2.618 Fibonacci extension, but I do believe Ethereum has a way more climbing to do. It could go all the way up to 4.2 236 Fibonacci extension, which is sitting at $1,778. This would break its previous all-time high at $1,400, which would be incredible to see. And this would be probably, if you're looking for an all-time high, about 25% extension from its all-time high. However, again, if Bitcoin is gonna have correction, so it's gonna Ethereum. Ethereum is lagging a little bit behind, so if Bitcoin has a correction, it is gonna go down, and after Bitcoin pumps, we could expect Ethereum to pump as well, with about a week of delay or something like that. About a week, I think it's about a week delay. So this is gonna be actually it for today. We can look at the EMAS for Ethereum. We were finding a nice support on these EMAS right here on the daily chart, which was a sign that Ethereum will go higher. However, I did not expect the 60% pump to the upside, not in one day. However, if I would, I would probably be trading this. However, I wasn't trading this, unfortunately, but you know what, there's gonna be next time. Okay, you don't FOMO into any trades, don't FOMO into anything, because there's always gonna be next time, next trade. Okay, well, this is gonna be for it today. If you guys enjoy my video, please destroy the like button, click subscribe and notification button to be notified as soon as I post my next video.